night falls over Pattaya and Beach Road begins to come alive. Neon lights flash in vibrant hues, reflecting off the still, warm asphalt from the scorching day. The salty sea breeze mingles with the aroma of street food stalls, while the sound of loud music echoes through the alleys and sidewalks. If you think you've seen everything about nightlife in Thailand, get ready. What happens here on this beachfront avenue is something that defies any expectation. My mission tonight is simple: to witness it all. I want to feel the pulsating energy of this place, explore every corner, and understand what makes Beach Road one of the epicenters of nightlife in Southeast Asia. But am I ready for what's to come? Before we dive headfirst into this experience, it's important to understand where we are. Pattaya is a city located about 150 kilometers south of Bangkok. What was once a quiet fishing village has transformed over the decades into one of Thailand's busiest tourist destinations. And at the heart of this transformation is Beach Road, an avenue parallel to the beach that serves as a gateway to a world of excess, fun, and unexpected surprises. Beach Road stretches for approximately 3 kilometers, starting in the northern region of Pattaya and leading to the famous walking street, the heart of the city's nightlife. During the day, this avenue seems harmless, filled with tourists strolling leisurely, families enjoying the beach, and street vendors offering everything from souvenirs to fresh tropical fruits. But as soon as the sun sets, the atmosphere changes drastically. It's at that moment that the true identity of Beach Road is revealed. Suddenly, the streets become crowded, the bars and clubs light up, and the local soundtrack transforms into a chaotic mix of electronic music, international pop, and Thai classics. People of all ages and nationalities mingle, each with a different purpose for the night. Some are here to drink until dawn, others to explore the city's culinary side, while some simply want to observe the human spectacle unfolding before their eyes. I've decided that the best way to tell this story is to experience it from start to finish. Not just to stroll quickly down the avenue, but to allow myself to be part of it, to absorb every detail, every interaction, every unexpected moment. I will walk every block, enter the most eye-catching establishments, taste street food, talk to people, and document everything I encounter. But don't expect just a superficial account of bars and parties. Beach Road is more than that. It's a microcosm where stories intersect, where tourists meet locals, where luxury coexists with simplicity. And like any place with a life of its own, it also has its less glamorous side. It's a place of contrasts, where fun and reality collide in unpredictable ways. Perhaps you've heard of Pattaya and its reputation, but nothing compares to witnessing it all up close. This night promises to be long, intense, and full of unexpected moments. So, if you want to know what really happens on Beach Road when the sun sets and how this avenue transforms into a vibrant stage until dawn, stay with me. Let's begin this journey and uncover together the secrets of the Thai night. Now, tell me, are you ready for this trip? If we truly want to understand the intensity of Beach Road, we first need to know its history and the context that transformed it into what it is today. Pattaya, the city that houses this iconic avenue, has a curious and twist-filled trajectory. What started as a quiet fishing village is now one of Thailand's main tourist hubs, attracting millions of visitors every year. But how did this happen? The answer lies in its prime location and the explosion of tourism in the country over the last few decades. Pattaya is about 150 kilometers south of Bangkok, a journey easily covered by car or bus in less than 2 hours. This makes the city an accessible destination for both foreign tourists and Thai locals, who often come here seeking fun on the weekends. The transformation of Pattaya began in the 1960s during the Vietnam War. American soldiers on leave began to frequent the area, looking for rest and entertainment. The city quickly recognized this opportunity and began to adapt to welcome this new type of visitor. Small bars sprang up, hotels were built, and tourism infrastructure began to expand. Over the decades, this growth did not stop. Pattaya became synonymous with nightlife, bustling beaches, and a lifestyle oriented towards tourism. And at the center of it all is Beach Road. Beach Road is an avenue that runs parallel to the coast and connects different parts of the city. On one side, we have the beach and the sea, which during the day serve as a refuge for sunbathers and water sports enthusiasts. On the other side, there is an endless sequence of bars, hotels, restaurants, and entertainment venues. This setup makes the avenue a natural meeting point for anyone arriving in Pattaya, regardless of what they are seeking. Beach Road stretches for approximately 3 kilometers, starting in the northern part of the city and ending at the famous walking street, the true heart of Pattaya's nightlife. During the day, the avenue has a relatively calm rhythm. Tourists stroll leisurely, street vendors offer fresh fruits and souvenirs, and restaurants serve traditional Thai dishes for those wanting to enjoy the local cuisine. But it is at nightfall that Beach Road reveals its true face. Neon signs flicker frantically, the streets fill with people, and the sound of music blends with the roar of motorcycles and tuk-tuks crossing the avenue. The contrast between day and night here is so great that it feels like we are in two completely different places. For those who have never been to Pattaya, it can be hard to imagine how dynamic this region can be. A valid comparison would be to other famous tourist spots in Thailand, such as Khao San Road in Bangkok or Bungla Road in Phuket. Both are known for their vibrant nightlife, crowded bars, and endless parties. However, Beach Road has a unique feature. It is not limited to a single street. Its atmosphere spreads throughout the city, creating a sense of total immersion for visitors. Walking along Beach Road, each block offers a different experience. There are quieter sections where couples stroll along the beach, and extremely lively areas where the parties start early and end only at dawn. This diversity makes Pattaya a destination for all types of travelers, from those who just want to relax on the beach to those seeking unforgettable nights. In addition to the fun, Beach Road also reflects the local culture and economy. Many Thais work directly in the tourism sector, whether as tuk-tuk drivers, street vendors, or employees of the numerous bars and restaurants scattered throughout the area. For them, the activity on the avenue is essential for their livelihoods. But this dependence on tourism also has its challenges. During low season periods or global crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, the local economy suffers drastically. Many establishments closed their doors temporarily or permanently, and the city had to reinvent itself to attract visitors again. Today, with borders reopened and tourism fully recovering, Pattaya has returned to what it has always been, a place where the fun never stops. Beach Road remains the epicenter of this uncontrollable energy, where anything can happen and where each night brings a new story to tell. And now that we understand what Beach Road is and how it fits into the story of Pattaya, it's time to experience its atmosphere firsthand. The sun is setting and the crowd begins to grow. From this moment on, we will dive into what really happens when night takes over the city. In the next few minutes, you will feel the pulsating energy of Beach Road, hear the stories of those who pass through here, and discover the secrets of this avenue that never sleeps. The sun is setting on the horizon, painting the sky with orange and pink hues as it reflects on the calm sea of Pattaya. The temperature, which was scorching during the day, begins to drop slightly, bringing relief to those walking along the avenue. Gradually, Beach Road awakens to its second life. It's almost as if the city is undergoing a metamorphosis before my eyes. The first neon lights begin to flicker to life, flashing in vibrant colors that contrast with the darkening sky. The illuminated signs of bars and restaurants vie for the attention of passers-by, announcing drink specials and live music. Some establishments turn on their speakers even before it gets dark, setting the stage for the bustling night ahead. On the boardwalk, the flow of people increases with each minute. Tourists from all corners of the world stroll carefree, exploring the entertainment options that the avenue offers. Some walk alone, soaking in the atmosphere, while others are already in small groups, chatting excitedly and planning the next steps of the night. What strikes me most at this moment is the diversity of the crowd. There are couples enjoying the romantic seaside atmosphere, young people in search of parties, and older gentlemen who seem to know every corner of the city. Among the tourists, I see many backpackers, adventurers who decided to explore Thailand on their own and found in Pattaya a place to have fun without spending much. Street vendors also spring into action as night falls. Food carts appear on every corner, offering everything from grilled chicken skewers and seafood to more exotic dishes like fried insects. The smell of spices fills the air, mingling with the aroma of the sea and the faint scent of incense coming from some nearby temples. Walking a bit further, I noticed that the souvenir stalls also start to open their doors. T-shirts printed with funny phrases, Colorful keychains and typical Thai accessories are sold at negotiable prices. The vendors, accustomed to tourists, try to strike up conversations and convince passers-by to take a memento of the city. The flow of vehicles on Beach Road also intensifies. Motorcycles speed by, many of them carrying more than one person. Tuk-tuks adorned with neon lights cruise the avenue, offering rides to the most popular nighttime destinations. The traffic here doesn't follow an organized rhythm, but there is a certain functional chaos that seems natural to those living in Thailand. And then, the first surprise of the night, a group of street dancers appears out of nowhere. Forming a small circle in the middle of the sidewalk, the music starts playing, and within seconds an audience forms around them. The steps are synchronized, full of energy, and each movement seems to elicit applause and encouragement from the crowd. It is at this moment that I realize Beach Road is not just an avenue, it's an outdoor spectacle. Each block has something happening, each corner offers a new experience. Here, monotony has no place. I decide to stop at a bar that has a prime view of the avenue. I order a drink and watch the movement as the night settles in completely. The city is now unrecognizable compared to what it was just a few hours ago. The calm rhythm of the late afternoon has given way to a frenetic vibe, as if everyone is ready to make the most of every second until dawn. The music is louder, the laughter is more intense, and the energy of the place is contagious. But this is just the beginning. The night still has much to offer, and I am ready to dive headfirst into this universe that never sleeps. After all, what truly makes Beach Road one of the most vibrant places in Thailand? That is what we are about to discover. If there is anything that defines Beach Road at night, it is its ability to provide entertainment for all tastes. At every corner, a new experience awaits those who venture down the avenue. Here, it doesn't matter if you're looking for a quiet bar to relax, a lively party to dance until dawn, or just a stroll to observe the human spectacle. There is something for every type of visitor. The first category of fun that catches the eye is the bars and pubs, which start to fill up as the night progresses. Some are simple and cozy, with soft lighting and ambient music, ideal for those wanting to have a drink and chat. Others rely on DJs and live performances, creating a lively atmosphere right from the early hours of the night. The interesting thing is that many of these bars have distinct themes. There are establishments inspired by Irish culture, rock and roll-themed pubs, and even tropical bars serving colorful and exotic drinks. But for those wanting something more intense, just head over to Walking Street, the epicenter of nightlife in Pattaya. This street, closed to cars, is a true festival of neon lights and deafening sound. Clubs compete for the attention of passers-by with huge screens and bright posters advertising exclusive parties, drink promotions, and international attractions. The energy here is unlike anywhere else. The sidewalks are always full, and the music spills out from all sides, creating a nearly hypnotic sound chaos. Upon entering one of the clubs, the feeling is as if you have crossed a portal into another world. The dark environment, colorful lasers cutting through the air, and the pulsating bass of electronic music make your heart race. Tourists and locals dance together, immersed in an atmosphere where time seems to stand still. In the bars inside the clubs, skilled bartenders prepare cocktails with agile movements while groups of friends toast, celebrating the moment. But the fun on Beach Road is not limited to drinks and parties. For food enthusiasts, there is a whole universe of flavors waiting to be explored. Street food is a standout attraction, with vendors offering an impressive variety of dishes. Grilled chicken skewers are a classic, but there are also bolder options like fried scorpions and crunchy larvae for those visitors wanting to test their culinary limits. For those preferring something more familiar, there are stalls serving pad thai, aromatic soups, and fresh seafood grilled to order. The aroma of these foods wafts through the avenue, mixing with the scent of the sea and the fragrance of tropical drinks. Eating on the street in Pattaya is not just a necessity, it is part of the cultural experience, a way to connect with the essence of the city. Another type of fun that is quite present on Beach Road is the shows and street performances. It is common to see musicians playing guitar, impromptu bands gathering curious onlookers, or even magicians performing impressive tricks. Some of these artists have become iconic figures in the city, known by those who have frequented Pattaya for years. And then there are the larger spectacles, like the famous cabaret shows. Some of these events are traditional in Thailand and attract tourists from all over the world. The bright costumes, choreographed routines, and contagious energy make these shows an option for those wanting something different from the hustle and bustle of the bars and clubs. Beach Road also offers fun for those who enjoy adventure and adrenaline. At certain points on the beach, even at night, you can see tourists engaging in activities like jet skiing and parasailing. The lights from the avenue reflect on the sea, creating a unique backdrop for those daring to try these nighttime activities. There are also underground casinos and gambling games that, although discreet, are part of Pattaya's nightlife. Some private rooms offer poker and other games for gamblers, creating a parallel underworld to the sparkle of the parties and the buzz of the streets. But not all fun on Beach Road requires movement and excitement. For those who prefer a more tranquil pace, a simple walk along the shoreline can be a fascinating experience. The contrast between the dark sea and the vibrant lights of the city creates a cinematic scene. Moreover, observing the different people passing by, excited tourists, local residents, street performers, vendors, can be a spectacle in itself. The most interesting thing is that the fun on Beach Road is never predictable. Every night something different can happen. A new bar may pop up, an unexpected party may take over a corner, or an unusual performance may attract a crowd. This dynamism ensures that every visit is unique, guaranteeing that no one leaves feeling like they have seen it all. And as the night progresses, the energy of Beach Road only increases. Alcohol flows faster, the music gets louder, and the excitement reaches its peak. But while some lose themselves in the party, others are just here to observe and soak up the atmosphere. Everyone has their own way of experiencing the night in Pattaya. Now that we have explored the various entertainment options on Beach Road, it is time to get to know the figures that are part of this scene. After all, a place like this wouldn't be so vibrant without the people who inhabit it. Beach Road would not be what it is without the people who fill it every night. During the day, the avenue serves as a meeting point for ordinary tourists and families on vacation. But at night it transforms into a stage where a variety of characters play their roles, from adventurous travelers to locals, from street performers to enigmatic figures who seem to have been part of the landscape for decades. Each person here has their story. The first category of characters that stands out is undoubtedly the tourists. They come from all corners of the world, each with their own intention for visiting Pattaya. There are backpackers, young explorers who arrived in Thailand with little money and an insatiable desire for new experiences. They often stay in cheap hostels and make the most of every opportunity for free entertainment that the city offers. Then there are the groups of friends who come for the parties, usually from countries like Australia, the UK, and Russia. These visitors seek adrenaline, alcohol, and memorable nights. They are the ones who pack the clubs on Walking Street and keep the bartenders busy mixing endless drinks and beers. Couples also make their presence felt on Beach Road. Some are on their honeymoon and chose Pattaya for its vibrant atmosphere and affordable prices. Others, however, seem to be either starting or ending love stories amidst the chaos of the Thai night. Some may have met a partner right here on one of those unpredictable nights, while others arrive together but end up going their separate ways before dawn. But tourists are not the only ones who bring Beach Road to life. Expats, foreigners who have decided to live in Thailand, are also part of the scene. Some have opened small businesses, like bars or restaurants, and now make Beach Road their workplace and social hub. Others have lived here for years, adapting to the city's rhythm and becoming almost indistinguishable from the locals. Many of them share fascinating stories about how they left their home countries and found a new home in Pattaya. Street vendors are another essential part of the nightlife on Beach Road, with food carts, glowing bracelets, or even small light-up toys they weave through tourists trying to sell their products. Many are Thais who rely exclusively on night trade, working tirelessly every night. They know the traffic patterns of the avenue well and know exactly where and when their best customers will be. Another iconic group of characters is the street performers. Musicians strum guitars in small spaces on the sidewalk, while dancers try to impress the crowd with quick rehearsed moves. Some of these artists have become almost local legends, known by regulars of Beach Road. And then there are the mysterious figures, people who seem to always be around, but no one knows exactly who they are or what they do. Some are elderly men who sit in the same bars every night, watching the hustle and bustle without hurry. Others are young people who wander back and forth without ever really seeming to arrive anywhere. Beach Road is a stage where all these characters coexist, Each plays a role, whether starring in scenes or merely being part of the backdrop. But one thing is certain. Without these people, the avenue would not have the same charm. Now that we know the faces and stories that inhabit Beach Road, let's explore the other side of this coin, the side that not everyone sees. By now, it's clear that Beach Road is a vibrant place, filled with lights, music, and fun. But like any tourist destination famous for its nightlife, there is another side to this avenue that few notice or prefer to ignore. Behind the bright facades and the laughter of visitors, there are stories of struggle, survival, and realities that starkly contrast with the apparent glamour. As you walk a little farther away from the busier areas, the neon lights begin to fade and the atmosphere shifts. You can notice small groups of locals sitting on the sidewalks, quietly observing the constant flow of tourists. Some of these people live off what they can sell on the street. Others, unfortunately, have no home to return to at the end of the night. Night workers also form part of this less visible side of Beach Road. Many of the waiters, bartenders, and musicians who entertain visitors work long hours for modest wages. For them, the party never ends. It merely restarts each night. Some even work 7 days a week because the tourist flow never stops. Another point that few notice is the impact that tourism can have on the city. With the unchecked growth of the entertainment industry, some aspects of local culture have been sidelined in favor of a more commercial experience geared toward foreigners. Small traditional businesses struggle to survive amid competition from large bars and clubs that dominate the area. Additionally, there are environmental issues. The proximity to the beach means that tons of waste are generated every night, and there is not always efficient management to deal with it. Much of the waste ends up in the sea, affecting the local ecosystem and polluting the coast. During the day, cleaning crews try to restore order before tourists return to fill the sands. But it's a cycle that seems endless. But perhaps the most striking aspect of this alternative side of Beach Road is the contrast between those who are there to have fun and those who are there because they have no other option. While some spend money without a second thought, others struggle to earn enough to survive another day. This clash of realities is visible at every corner, in every exchange of glances between a distracted tourist and an exhausted worker. This does not mean that Pattaya is just a place of inequalities and hardships. On the contrary, there are also stories of overcoming and resilience. Many locals have found ways to thrive within this chaotic environment, whether by opening their own businesses or finding opportunities within tourism. Beach Road reflects the modern world in its most intense form, full of contrasts where joy and sadness coexist in the same space. Understanding this side of the avenue is essential to truly grasp what happens here every night. Now that we have seen this other side of Beach Road, we move on to the most symbolic transition of the night, the moment when the chaos begins to dissipate and the city prepares for dawn. Beach Road undergoes a curious transformation as the early morning progresses. The frenzy of the night starts to slow down, as if an invisible director is turning down the volume of a chaotic soundtrack. The neon lights still flicker, but some are already beginning to be turned off. The last customers of the bars hold their nearly empty glasses, while exhausted waiters clean the tables and count the money from the night. The streets, once crowded with people, now seem more spacious. Some tourists still try to prolong the party, wandering aimlessly in search of a bar that is still open. Others, staggering after a night of excesses, try to find a taxi or a tuk-tuk to take them back to their hotels. Some head straight to the beach, sitting on the sand as the sky begins to brighten. The night workers begin to say their goodbyes. Bar and restaurant staff change their work clothes for t-shirts and flip-flops, ready to head home. The street vendors who spent the night selling skewers and souvenirs now gather their goods, preparing for another day of work that will begin in a few hours. Little by little, a new kind of movement takes over the avenue. The first breakfast stalls begin to set up, selling grilled pork with rice, hot soups, and strong Thai coffee. Cyclists and morning joggers start to appear on the promenade, ignoring the last remnants of the party that still insist on lingering in the street. And then the sun begins to rise. The dark sky gives way to soft shades of blue and orange, and the first rays of light reflect off the calm sea. It's an almost surreal moment. The same place that hours ago was filled with music and commotion now becomes silent, with only the sound of the waves gently breaking on the beach. For those who stayed awake all night, this moment can bring different feelings. For some, it is a sign that the fun is over. For others, it is a moment of reflection, where the energy of the night begins to give way to a melancholic fatigue. Walking along Beach Road at this hour, one can see exhausted faces and satisfied smiles. Some tourists hold their shoes in their hands, walking barefoot on the sand, as if they want to prolong the experience a little longer. Others simply watch the sunrise in silence, contemplating everything they have experienced in the last few hours. The city never completely sleeps, but this is one of the few moments when it seems to take a deep breath before starting everything anew. Because in a few hours, the first tour buses will arrive, bringing new tourists ready to live the experience we have just witnessed. Now that we have seen Beach Road from night until dawn, it's time to reflect on everything this journey has shown us. Beach Road is more than just an avenue filled with bars, parties, and tourists. It is a living organism, a continuous cycle of people, stories, and emotions that renew every day. From sunset to sunrise, we witness a transformation that happens not only in the environment, but also in those who allow themselves to experience it up close. Throughout this journey, we saw the vibrant energy of the beginning of the night, when anticipation hangs in the air and every corner promises something new. We got to know the different types of fun that Beach Road offers, from quiet bars to electronic clubs, from street performances to exotic foods served from makeshift carts. We also encountered the characters that bring this place to life, tourists from all over the world, locals who work night after night, street artists who make the promenade their stage, and enigmatic figures who seem to have been part of the landscape for decades. Each of them contributes to making Beach Road a unique setting, where cultures blend and unexpected stories unfold at every moment. But not everything is parties and celebrations. We also observed the alternative side of Beach Road, the contrast between the glow of neon lights and the shadows of the difficulties faced by those who depend on this environment to survive. The impact of tourism, social inequality, and environmental challenges are part of this reality, showing that the nightlife here has many more layers than it appears at first glance. And then, when the night came to an end, we witnessed the most symbolic moment of all, dawn. The instant when euphoria gives way to calm, when the streets empty out, and the first rays of sunlight illuminate the remnants of the party. Beach Road never stops, but in this brief interval, it breathes before starting everything again. Now that this journey has come to an end, I want to know from you, if you had the chance to spend an entire night on Beach Road, would you accept? How would you enjoy this experience? Would you explore every corner of the avenue or just sit on the sand to observe the spectacle around you? Leave your comment below and tell me what caught your attention most on this journey through the night in Pattaya. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here, we always bring authentic travel experiences, showing the real side of the places we visit. So, if you want more stories like this, make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Beach Road may be a world apart, but this was just one of the many stories Thailand has to tell. And if you want to keep exploring with me, I'll see you in the next adventure. Until then,